ensure God power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim, Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin.
This explanation is continued from the prior segment. For best results, watch the prior segment, number 13, first.
Now what's important here is that both of these realities are completely opposite, and yet they were both valid, they are both real. Now you can have 100 different people, and if each one of them were hypnotized to think it was a different thing, they would each experience a different thing. If they had been hypnotized and told that those animal crackers were chunks of metal, those people could have actually broke their teeth biting into those animal crackers. Because that would be the reality that they were experiencing. If it was a sugar pill and they were told it was a miracle cure, then that's what they would get. If it was a miracle cure and they were told it was a sugar pill, then that's what they would get. Here it says, note, from the point of view of the universe, it is still only energy. But that same energy is different things to different people depending on what their meaning of the situation is. Their experience is as real as they believe that it is. Their meaning creates their experience. So if one of the contestants had handed one of the animal crackers to one of the audience member would have stuck it in their mouth and chewed it and said, that's good. And it would probably would have disgusted the contestants because they would have been watching them chew happily on a Japanese beetle. Now, just to show you how real this is, of course it didn't go this far, but I'm certain that the reality of it is that they were getting proteins and nutrients in their system that came from the Japanese beetle. In the same way as eating a sugar pill, but thinking it's a miracle cure, would get medicines and cures in your system from eating that pill. Now somebody else eating the animal cracker, thinking it's an animal cracker, would get just sugar. But I'm certain that in their system, they were actually getting the benefits of the proteins and the other nutrients that were in the Japanese beetle. That's real. In the same way as the daughter was invisible for real to her father Tom, and at the same time she was visible for real to the others in the room, these treats were in fact animal crackers for real, just as the crowd saw them, and at the same time they were Japanese beetles for real, just as the contestants saw them and ate them. Remember that reality is all based on the observer who decides the meaning and thus decides the reality of the situation. What happens if there is more than one observer? You have more than one reality simultaneously. Remember that we can have two or more diametrically opposed realities at the same time, which cannot and will not interfere with each other. Every observer elicits, sees, and experiences the reality that matches the meanings that they have given the situation or event. Just like the exercise example we saw earlier, back in chapter 1, when those people imagined that they were lifting weights, they were, for real. If you have an experience that you are imagining, you are truly having it to the degree that you believe it. Remember when I was imagining that I was looking at the sun and I experienced pain in my eyes for real? If you really believe that something happened or is happening, it is. No matter if someone else says that it is or not, it is if you say it is. You created it by belief. That is the amazing ability of your God power. Remember that those other people who saw the daughter could have said, "You are just imagining that she is invisible because we can see her plain as day." However, as soon as he read the watch inscription that was on the other side of his daughter, he proved that she was truly invisible and see-through to him. That is reality. Was it real that the others in the room saw the daughter? Yes, it was. That was their reality. So, was it real that she was invisible to her father and that he could see right through her? Yes, it was. That was his reality. Can a situation or event have many completely different realities that are real at the same time? Yes, as you can see, reality is a very real thing, and it is also a very personal thing. Those contestants really were eating those Japanese beetles. After the demonstration was over, and they were told that they were only eating animal crackers, they changed their belief about it, which made them feel better. However, during the time that they thought they were eating the bugs, they were. I just hope that they don't read this book and realize that it was real after all. So this begs the question, is seeing believing? Yes, it is. But at the same time, believing is seeing.
To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, chapter number 12, segment number 15. Let your quest for knowing continue.